First thing I wish I knew before I started a YouTube channel in 2020 is that you cannot just use any song that you like in your vlogs or your video in general because of copyright. I think you probably know this, but copyright is such a big deal on YouTube. It's not like Instagram that you can just use any song. For YouTube, they take copyright claims very seriously, and the implication is that when you get monetized, you and the artist or owner of that song are gonna split the bills. You're gonna split the money. So all the money will not go to you. Already we are kind of disadvantaged, being in Nigeria because we do not earn as much as our counterparts in other part of the country, even when they have like similar engagement. So you do not want to now be splitting your money with an artist, despite the fact that your money is like triple times below what other people are earning in other parts of the world. So to avoid being in a situation where YouTube like puts a copyright claim on your videos, try as much as possible not to use songs that are not copyright free. Use copyright free songs. YouTube has a lot of songs in their YouTube studio, but I'm not a fan because those songs do not communicate any emotion, especially for my vlogs. I mostly get my songs from CapCut, and then I get my songs on YouTube from Love No Copyright Music. So, but what you have to do is make sure that you credit the source of the song in the description of your video. So any song you get from Love No Copyright Music, I usually screen record and then just add it to my video, then put the video link and then put where I got it from, which is Love No Copyright Music, so that they do not put a copyright claim. And then when you're very sure that you have a license to use a particular song, but YouTube still puts a copyright claim on it, there are three things you can do. You can dispute, you can remove the audio or silence that part of the video, or silence that part of the audio, or silence the entire part of that video completely, rather than taking down the video and re-uploading, which will cost you data and time. The second thing I wish I knew before starting a YouTube channel is that it may cause a strain on your relationship. Like, I don't want to say it causes, so that it's not like a one size fits all. My experience might not be yours, because people are going to be seeing you like that person that is up there. They'll be relating with you as if you're a celebrity. And I always say I'm not a celebrity. I might be known by people, I might be loved by people, but I don't see myself as a celebrity. I'm just a regular girl who's thriving to be the best version of herself, being consistent and grinding for her future, as what people will say it. But then when you have a YouTube channel and your channel begins to perform well, or you have a social media presence in general, there's this perception or impression people begin to have of you. It's not like you have to do extra than what you would normally do to prove a point to people that you're still the kind of girl that you were before all of this. You're still the kind person that you've always been. You're still the approachable person you've always been. Yeah, there are cases where people who attain some level of social media presence eventually grow to become proud or like unapproachable. But if you're not that kind of person, and if you are very intentional, you can make people see that. And I've also noticed that people would only support you when it gets beneficial to them. People would always want to associate with greatness, with fame and things like that, with money, with wealth. It's just how life is, which is not good. I believe that people should be true to themselves at all times. Support your friends, support people you know and you genuinely love their content. Don't wait till they are blown and popular, they hit breaking points before you now start trying to farms and all of that. It's not necessary. At that point, they don't really need your comment anymore. They might not even notice you, but it's at the point where they are growing that they actually need you. But sadly, many people don't know this, but it's not good. I think I've also just learned that my friends and the people I know and that know me, my loved ones, might not necessarily be my target audience. For example, this video is targeted towards people who want to start a YouTube channel and are trying to find out what they should know before starting. It might not necessarily apply to all my friends, because not all my friends are YouTubers. If they are watching, they're just watching to support me, not because they necessarily need this video, right? So that's something I also had to learn, that your friends, your family members might not be your target audience in the long run. So it might look like you're not getting so much support from them, but it's just what it is. You should be looking at getting your videos to be seen by people you don't even know, because that is where the real deal is. That's where the real money is. That's where the real breakthrough is. The third thing I wish I knew before I started YouTube is that it is absolutely okay for money to be your motivation for starting YouTube. The truth is that your money might not come immediately, but it's absolutely okay for you to start a YouTube channel because you want to make money. Of course, I would say it should come alongside passion, because if it's just all about the money, you might get discouraged on time because it might not come immediately. But there's nothing wrong with having monetization in the plan. As a matter of fact, YouTube is a business, and the earlier you start treating your channel as one, the better for you in terms of like financial profitability. So you don't want to do a business for 2, 3, 4, 5 years and it is not profitable, it's not bringing anything to you. Trust me, one day you'll be tired. Passion. One day you'll be tired. Let's be real. Like, I started this out of passion, But right now, I'm looking for ways to get this channel monetized. Money is a good motivator. Hey, you don't know about it. The Bible says that for the joy that was set before Jesus, he endured the cross, he endured the pain. So there was a joy, there was something Jesus was looking forward to that made him endure the cross. These people are going to be seated with me in heavenly places. They're going to be seated with me at my right hand. They will spend eternity with me. So because of that joy, Jesus was able to endure the pain of the cross. Sometimes even when you're tired to create, you're discouraged. When you just think of the fact that one day I'm going to be earning in dollars from this thing, I think for me personally, it's usually a wake-up call, especially Christian YouTubers. It's absolutely okay to have monetization as part of your plan and part of your motivations for starting a YouTube channel. My only advice is that it should not be the only motivation you have. Make sure you're also passionate about creating content on YouTube, okay? Because it's a long-term game. The fourth thing I wish I knew before I started a YouTube channel is that it creates an overrated perception about you. All those aesthetics vlogs that you watch on YouTube, people automatically assume that your bank account is large just because you're doing that. But what they do not know is that just like the way they wake up to go to their 9 to 5 job, is the same way you showing up on YouTube consistently is like you showing up to your daily job or to your office or whatever it is that you do, because YouTube is a full-time job. I'm even getting to that point. My constant prayer is that my reality will be better than the perception that I'm creating on social media for people to see. The next thing I wish I knew before I started a YouTube channel is that it can get very addictive and frustrating. Addictive in the sense that once you post a content, you're thinking of the next, and before you know it, due to the passion and love you have for what you do, you see yourself constantly craving to put out content. So you're no longer focused on becoming, but you're now focused on creating. If you're not careful, you see that you've lost touch with who you are and with yourself. Like you're just constantly on the go. Your mind is constantly active. You're thinking of the next content idea. You're thinking of the next content to put out, when to film, how to film, with what to film, and it can just get very addictive if you don't slow down and take breaks. That's why I like to take breaks in between. There are times I just delete all the apps like YouTube, Instagram, all of them, just be going. Let me just get myself together, because it's really time consuming, it's mentally draining, and then it can get frustrating when the numbers are not adding up, when the engagements are not adding up. So at the end of the day, you just have to find peace and validation in God, and not in the numbers, not in the things that people are saying about you, not even in the positive comments, and not even in the achievements. Okay, so we have to constantly go back to the drawing board, to the essence of why we're doing what we're doing, so we're not consumed by the output or the results of what we're seeing. There's also that temptation to keep checking the numbers, like, oh, how far am I away from monetization? Temptation to compare yourself with other YouTubers who just started, and you're like, oh my god, this person just started last year and this is how their channel has performed. They're already going viral. I mean, I've been doing YouTube for 3 years. I'm still here, and things like that. But at the end of the day, you have to own your journey. You have to understand that everybody's journey is different, your path is different, and your validation, your worth, your identity doesn't come from those things, but from who God says you are, from the Word of God. Okay? Period. The next thing I wish I knew before starting a YouTube channel is that YouTube is a full-time job, but you will not be able to do it as a full-time job for a while. It's time consuming. You are literally the video editor, you are the script writer, you are the planner, you are the content writer, you are the content calendar planner, you are the everything, you are the director, you are the creative mind. It's a whole lot, especially for the average YouTuber, for the average person starting. There are people who have a team when they start. Like, it's not usual. Maybe they're already established financially and they just want to use YouTube to while away time or add to their side gig. The average person starting YouTube is starting all alone without any team. I think that we don't get enough credit for it as creators. Many people think that just because you're dancing on TikTok or you're dancing on YouTube or you're talking on YouTube, it's so easy. It's a lot of work, guys. Like I say, sometimes it's even more overwhelming than your 9 to 5 job, because at least for 9 to 5 you have a closing time, but as an entrepreneur there's literally no closing time and there's no opening time. You work, you just keep working. What is public holiday? Is that public holiday gun that want to use to make ends meet and film 3-4 videos and edit and see how we can catch up before 9 to 5 comes again? If you know, you know. My weekends are so precious to me now, but that's by the way. The next thing I wish I knew before starting a YouTube channel is that YouTube might change you. Yeah, YouTube might change you in a good or bad way, depending on how you let it change you. For me, it has made me a better person. I am now more self-accountable. What do I mean by this? I cannot come online to tell you guys something and then go and be doing it behind closed doors. The Holy Spirit will prick me, and even when I fall into errors or mistakes, I acknowledge it and I ask the Lord for mercy and for help, right? that I know that people look up to me and people take my advice. God help me to live up to the standard that I'm constantly creating. But I want to also say that it can also make you a very different person. Like, it can change you for the bad if you're not careful, in terms of pride, thinking you're better than other people just because you have a channel, especially when your channel starts getting visibility. So just be careful of everything that comes with fame, money. Just constantly ask the Holy Spirit to help you become a better person each passing day. The eighth thing I wish I knew before I started YouTube is that YouTube doesn't care so much about you as a creator. They care more about their users, their consumers, people that are watching your videos. Yes, I'm going to say it as it is. They don't really care about you as a creator. They care about you, well, at least enough to pay you. You deserve it, you work for it. But their main focus is the user. So that's why, regardless of whether the user is subscribed to your channel or not, as long as they enjoy content relating to what you create or content from your channel, YouTube will keep showing it on their feed, because YouTube is just all about satisfying their users. YouTube will not just say, oh, today we want to promote videos from Isioma Ojime because she has been here for 4 years. Who cares? If you like, be on YouTube for 10 years. If you're not creating content that satisfies their user or your target audience, your video will still be in the trenches. That's the truth, because they're all about satisfying their users. The ninth thing I wish I knew before I started YouTube is that there is really no formula to growing and succeeding on this platform called YouTube. A lot of people will come and tell you how I gained 1,000 subscribers in 20 days. I don't want to call it luck, because as a believer, I don't believe in luck, I believe in grace. But different things work for different channels. And like I said, YouTube does not care about you as the creator as much as they do for their users. So they're not going to just say, Isioma, today we're going to push you out. It's the content you create that aligns. If they see that people are watching this video, they like this video, they are liking, they are engaging, they will take it to more people. That's just the rule. Like, just want to satisfy their users. So when people come and be saying things like, oh, this, they will not say this is my own personal experience. They will make it the standard. Yes, there are basic boxes you must tick if you want to like grow on YouTube, like your thumbnails, your titles, your descriptions, like trying as much as possible to optimize your content for searchability, right? Yes, those things are basic, like they are basic principles, but there are some specific things that are peculiar to specific channels, because what may work for Isioma's channel may not work for Damilola's channel, even if we have the same type of audience, even if we are in the same niche. So be very careful when you're watching videos on how to grow your channel. Know the things that work for your channel and the things that don't. Try to filter out information, because I once watched a video that suggested that, oh, you should jump on trends, and I took that information wrongly and started taking trending videos and posting on my channel. So yes, it worked for me, my videos went viral, but I ended up deleting those videos because people were coming for those viral celebrities and not for Isioma, and I wanted to build a personal brand. So please and please, this is what I wish I knew. Do not jump on everything people tell you. What may work for one person may not work for your channel. So just be able to understand your target audience, understand your niche, understand the kind of audience you've built over time, what you stand for, the kind of values you have created for you and your audience. Like, there are a lot of factors. Do you understand? So please don't fall into that trap. However, once again, there are basic things that should be applied, like there are basic principles to follow for success on YouTube, but it's not everything they tell you that applies to your channel. Another thing you also have to know is that you're in Nigeria, or your location differs from the people's location you're probably taking advice from. So people in the UK, US, they are having it better because their location gives them an advantage. But you are in Nigeria and you're taking everything they say, hook, line, and sinker, and you're doing it and it's not working for you. You also have to put into consideration your location and every other thing that pertains to your channel that is unique to your channel. So to do what works for you, but at the same time, check what other people are doing and learn what you can learn from them. And the last but not the least thing I wish I knew before I started a YouTube channel is that it would all be worth it if you do it long enough. This is more like a positive. If I'm able to consistently create valuable content that keeps my audience coming back, one day it's gonna be all worth it. Like, everything's gonna go boom, and I would come back here to share my testimony. So if you're about to start a YouTube channel, or you're thinking of starting a YouTube channel and you're feeling discouraged, you're skeptical, I hope these things that I've shared encourages you to start or give it a thought or try. And I know that it's going to work out for you. If you're able to do it long enough, it's going to pay off eventually. Just don't get discouraged and make sure that you are talking about something you're passionate about, okay? Don't start doing something that you're not passionate about just because you want to trend or because it's trending, okay? So yeah, I hope this helped. Let me know what your thoughts in the comment section. Have you started YouTube? What part of your YouTube journey are you currently? What challenges are you facing? What kind of videos would you like to see from me? Let me know in the comment section. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and share with somebody as well. My name is Isioma Ojeme. I'll see you in my next video. Love you guys. Bye.